Hello, buddies. This is another episode of Heartfelt Expressions with Katerra Speaks. Ta-da! So, what are we gonna be talking about today? This episode, we're gonna be doing 2025 reflection. I had a 2023 reflection, a 2024 reflection. Now we have a 2025 reflection. The title is pretty basic. But we shall roll with it, shall we? Yeah? Okay. When I'm going through my reflection, think about yours. How your 2025 has been. You know? You gotta put it in the archives. Put it in the archives. Well, I guess it's not really the archives anymore because it's out in the public. I'm not sure how that works. Is the archives only? Well, it's there. It's there. If you guys ever need it. Yes. So, excuse me. Okay. So, the mantra for me last year in 2025, because I'm recording this in 2026, was one thing at a time builds momentum. Yes, it was. I said that so many times, guys. So many times. I have. Yeah, the eyes on the model. If you guys looking at it, it looks like the eye's not even all the way open. Probably because I'm wearing my glasses or something, or how things are set up. Very relevant for the audio listeners. But anyways, one thing at a time builds momentum. That was my mantra because I will get into it later, but I was overwhelming myself so much with so many things. So, what is the theme of that year? Cherish the journey, for real. Cherish the journey. Last year, there was a lot of transitions between endings and beginnings. So, I had to cherish the moments, cherish the endings, the bittersweet endings, and then the beginnings and the transitions in between them. There was a lot of celebrations. There was travel and community. So many. So, yeah, we shall get more into that in this episode. What are the highlights of 2025? Let me tell you. First and foremost, I supported my younger sister in her volleyball tournaments. Woo! She and her team did amazing. Yes. They got first place in a lot of the tournaments. The big move, another highlight. I did a big move with my best friends. Yes, adulting, y'all. We did a big move. And now I live with my best friends, which is amazing. Yeah. The VTuber debut. This model right now, if you guys are looking, is ta-da! My model. As you guys know, I'm Katerra. Katerra Speaks. Some people call me Kat. Some people call me Terra. Yes. My VTuber debut was 5 hours long. It was 5 hours long. I did a lot of chatting. I revealed some lore. Yeah, it was mostly a chatting stream. And I did a little bit of playing games, but not too much. Yep. The 5 hours felt like 30 minutes. It was a lot of fun. My sister Naomi Momichi created my VTuber model and my PFP, which is my profile picture. Woo! She also helped out later with the 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 scenes and stuff for my Twitch streams. Yes. also I became a Twitch affiliate in 2025. Woo! Shout out to my sister again and her community for showing up and supporting me. Yes, yes, I greatly appreciate you guys. Yeah. Um for the emotes, I got emotes gifted to me by my sister again, Naomi Momichi and Liquid Squid VT. Woo! Yes, yes, yes. And I created channel points. Channel points redeems. Some of the redeems that I have is sing, don't be shy, bleh, workout, and story time. These three has been redeemed a lot recently in 2026 and 2025, I think, as well. Though yeah, I sing, guys. So I've been singing more. Yes, yes, yes. And working out, I love to exercise when I actually exercise. But getting myself to exercise, it's like the challenge. And I love telling stories, so yep, I have channel redeems. I have many more, but those are the highlights for those. Besides from hydrate and food is life, eating real food. Before I had food is life, and I would eat candy. Real food is better. Real food. And have a bedtime one too. Because I stay up so late, guys. So late, so late. So, yeah. Um, Another thing, a really big highlight, if you guys don't know, I created a Discord community called Katerra's Buddies. You guys could join then. Yeah, it assists in our creative and self-love journey. There's quests and leadership boards where you can share your poetry, share your art, share your music, you know, and have people support you. Yes, yes, yes. And in the rules, there's strict things that says no stealing. Absolutely no stealing from other people. And when you do share stuff from others, give credit where it's due. Yup, yup, yup. So, yeah. If you want to join the Discord community, there should be a link somewhere. Yeah, a link somewhere. And then make sure you agree to the rules. Yeah, click the green check mark. Because if you don't, or don't claim any rules, then you will automatically eventually get kicked out because it has a temporary role grant thing. You have to claim a role and agree to the rules. I have no control over who gets kicked, really, because I won't see it. It does it automatically. So make sure you do that if you guys joining. Yes, yes, yes. I finish Inktober! My first Inktober, guys! I did it. 31 days of doodles. 31 days. Yeah, I didn't actually do it all in 31 days, but I did 31 days prompts, 31 prompts of doodles. More or less. I also did Naomi's challenge with in the beginning of Inktober, right, guys? I overextended. I was trying to do 3 artwork a day. The Inktober prompt, doing my OC in original character in a Halloween theme, and drawing Naomi Momichi in Halloween theme, and I burnt out a bit. I spent so much time on these artworks in the beginning. Stayed up all night trying to do all 3 art. That I didn't feel like doing it for the rest of October. So I finished the rest of them in December. Before the end of the year. I did. I gave myself 10 minutes to do each prompt. I succeeded. I succeeded. I'm so proud. I'm so proud, guys. I really be doodling. I love colors. I love colors. So, yes, yes, yes. Merch. Adabadabada. The merch, guys. 2025 has been amazing. I have the merch. What did I I skipped over something, guys. I just skipped over it altogether. But we can still talk about it. Before the merch, right? I did a song cover autumn song by Laura Vios. So it was me, Katerra Speaks, Naomi Momichi, and Serious Historia. Naomi Momichi and I were on vocals. Electric guitar was Serious Historia, bass guitar, and mixing and mastering, as well as the art. The cover art has been done by Naomi Momichi. Yes, yes, so beautiful. Yep. If it's still up, I will put a link in the thing. Ba-da-da-da-da. Yes. So, since we did this song cover, me and Naomi has a collab merch. Woo! The Katerra X Naomi collab mug. It's a holiday mug. It will only be available for a short time period. So, if you're listening to this at a different time, you probably will not be able to purchase it. Yep, it's a limited merch. It's so pretty. Dabba 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 dabba. I will put a link to it in the descriptions, but if it is sold out, then it's sold out. Yeah, we might bring it back for giveaways and stuff and stuff like that, but it's a limited merch, folks. Yes. And then the hangy hoodie and mug. I get hangy a lot, guys. I'm trying to do better. Prevention is key. I try to eat food before I got hungry because, yeah, I'm not myself when I'm hangy. I get more blunt. I get more blunt when I'm hangy, for real. So, the hoodie and the mug says proceed with caution. No, I'm hangy. Proceed with caution. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it. I have the Worthy Dotted Notebook. I do. I'm pretty sure it says you're worthy regardless. And no, you're deserving. You're worthy of your desires. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. You're worthy of your desires, of all your desires, or something like that. And the back says, you want it, you got it. Something like that. I don't remember at the top of my head. But, I did that. It's lovely. The quality of all my merch is pristine. I have the samples and I love them. So I am proud to talk about it. I created the pom pom beanies. We have pom pom beanies now. Yep, it's comfy. And I have digital gift cards. Yeah, so you can give people the cards, and they will be able to buy stuff with it, and they can make their own decisions on what they want to buy. Yeah, from katerraspeaks.com. Woo! Speaking of the website, I added a speaking section. The speaker section has showcase. What's that? Well, let me tell you guys, I'm a speaker. I'm a public speaker. So it incorporates what I offer: heartfelt storytelling, empowerment, and poetry. I was that incorporate poetry into my speeches. Very interactive, engaging talks. I even have workshops. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. So I have my speaker sheet if you're interested in checking it out. You can find it on my website. I did that last year. I'm so proud. My future talks. If you guys don't know, let me tell y'all a little bit about my future talks. So, my first talk is called Courageous Authenticity, Choosing Yourself. This is all about self love as a practice and recognizing the fear of judgment. This is a very powerful self love piece. Yes, it takes courage to be yourself. So, yes, I will go deeper into that with poetry and engagement and tell stories, of course, to relate to the audience. The second featured talk is Poetic Empowerment, Building Confidence. Confidence, guys, is something we practice. We really do. So, this is talking about the power of self expression and transforming our vulnerability into strength. And we do that through poetry. When we speak from our heart, we speak to the heart of others. First, you had to acknowledge it first. Acknowledge your thoughts, your feelings, and your experiences. And once we're able to articulate them and acknowledge them, we are able to go through our professional life, our personal life, and our academic life in other areas with more confidence. Yes. The third feature talk is Worthy Regardless, Recognizing Value. I always say that worth is to be recognized, not earned. I said this so many times because I used to believe that I had to earn worth. I had to earn being good enough. But eventually, I realized that you don't have to earn worth. You're already worthy regardless. So it's something to recognize rather than earn. And this talk also talk about releasing perfection and people pleasing, because it ties into earning. It's like you don't have to earn worth, so we can release that perfection and the people pleasing tendencies. And I have stories that I can talk about from my personal life. Yeah. And all these talks has interactions. So I have different packages available that on my website with the keynotes and workshop. And I also have 4-day engagements and multi-day and conferences. And the add-ons. The add-ons are optional. I even have performance only bookings. So if you guys are interested, you guys can check it out. You can check out my portfolio, book a consultation, and read the About Me section. Yes. Have credentials. So if you're interested in that, go through the website. Other highlights. I publish 17 podcast episodes. 17 podcast episodes. This podcast, Heartfelt Expressions with Katerra Speaks. So last year, right, I finished up season 2. Every season has 24 episodes, plus bonus episodes and trailer. So, yeah, I'm so proud. Yes. I'm counting the bonus episodes in this count. I finished season 2. I did the bonus episodes. I did my first. I had my first guest speaker. Yes. And I incorporated videos into season 3. Season 3 is now at least an hour long episodes, guys. Before, I think one of my shortest episodes was 3 minutes. 3 minutes long. I have a couple people who binge my podcast and they listen to it in the span of less than a week. And I was like, wow, that's some dedication. So shout out to um y'all listeners who binged my episodes. Greatly appreciate you guys. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. And my mantra is when we speak from our hearts, we speak to the hearts of others. Mm-hmm. Um, in 2026, I'm gonna have guest speakers. Yes. More guest speakers once a month. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was definitely a great highlight. I finished my goal of posting up to season 3 episode 10. It was an arbitrary number and everything, but I did it. I did it. Another highlight is international travel. I traveled to Canada, guys. I remember going to Canada as a kid a lot with my family. That used to be like a summer trip. It's like, it's the summer. It's time to go to Canada. Da da da. So, or I could be mixing up the memories with the what my mom told me. Cause as kids, sometimes you don't remember everything. Maybe my mom is the one who went to Canada every summer. I don't know. But I did been to Canada before. I saw Niagara Falls. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But now, as an adult, I went there. The food was delicious. Ironically enough, my one of my favorite foods is not even Canada based. It was a Philly cheesesteak. It was a delicious Philly cheesesteak. Yeah, and I had some delicious Italian pasta. So yummy. Yeah, I spent a lot of quality time with my best friends in Canada. It was lovely. Mm-hmm. Ba ba da ba da. And I officially joined 2 D&D campaigns last year. Yay! I remember I was at D&D. I was a dungeon master before. Yes. So being a player in in other people's campaigns is fun. The creativity, to see where they place the world and everything, the world building is pretty cool. All right, now that we talked about highlights, right? Let's talk about the obstacles. Oh, buddy. The obstacles of 2025. I was always traveling. It was a highlight, right? But it's also an obstacle since I was always on the go, always driving, always going places and everything. There was less time to work on other things. Traveling is very time consuming. And then there was unexpected events that happened that, like I said, was time consuming along with the traveling. The unexpected events was emotionally draining and financially demanding. So my finances wasn't the best in 2025. It wasn't. Multiple factors for that. But yeah, some of the other obstacles were my fears. Fears can be blockage. Like it could really hinder progress. It's not the best. So, what was my fears? Especially in the beginning of the year, I had the fear of losing friends, losing friendships. Before, what's that? This my fears goes into be self-sabotaging achieving my dreams. Like, oh my gosh. So, how did I self-sabotage achieving my dreams? I had so many dreams. Well, one of my fears, like I said, was losing friendships. Before, whenever I excelled in anything, whether it was speaking, whether it was art, whether it was music, sports, anything that I was passionate about, right? Or in poetry. Did I say poetry? If I didn't, yeah. Did I say speaking? I don't remember. Anyways, whenever I excelled at something, um, the friends around me would, growing up, friends around me would criticize me and say, ah, you are overachiever, ah, you're doing too much. And then they will pull away and they don't want to be my friends anymore because I'm doing too much, especially when I get first place and excel in these things in competitions. So I had a fear of losing friendships, so I stopped myself from doing some of the things that I know I could do. Yeah, I then told these fears to my best friends. My best friends reassured me over and over that they would not disappear. Disappear just because I succeed. And I still had doubts, you know. Then there was like, okay, if we do disappear and if we do become haters for some reason or another, because you're successful, quote unquote, or you surpassing us, then we were not actually your friends in the first place. You shouldn't have us as friends if we're hating on you for just living your life. I was like, that logic makes sense. I appreciated their reassurance. Yeah, so that was lovely. And they reassured me that they're gonna see whatever I do going after my dreams as inspiration rather than a source of envy and jealousy. So that eased that fear. And then another fear I had was the expectations of maintaining success. When you quote unquote made it, you know, whatever endeavor or whatever you're doing, people expect you to keep going and doing really good and doing better than before. Then the work that you did to get to where you are or where you want to be could be a long and tedious grind. And when you made it to that success, you feel like you cannot stop. You can't take breaks. Or that's my imagination of what things could be. You know, it's like, oh no, all the work I did to get there, you can never relax. You can't make a mistake or else it's all gonna crumble. Yeah, that fear also self-sabotage me achieving my dreams last year. And the fear of being rejected or not being good enough. Yeah, it's like, okay. Even before that, it's like, hey, what if you're not good enough for whatever it is? So it prevented me from actually trying for some things. So those were some strong obstacles, mentally and emotionally, that slowed my growth. Yes. And then after that, after I was tackling those things and reassuring myself, and then I started actually working on my dreams, I was overwhelmed. Overwhelmed by trying to do everything. Crunch time. The last 3 months of 2025, I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm done sabotaging myself. So I went all in with all of my dreams that I had for 2025 and tried to do it in the last 3 months. And then I tried to do it all in December. Because the other 2 months I was prioritizing other things. And then the last month I was like, now I have to accomplish all my dreams. All my dreams. Yeah, that didn't happen. I was overwhelmed and it was too much. I had to focus on one thing at a time. Like I said for the mantra in 2025, one thing at a time builds momentum. Yes, yes, yes. So what have I didn't do? What didn't I do? Let's say that. What didn't I do in 2025? Some of the major goals I wanted to do. that I didn't do was release a short film. I wanted to release a montage. I did. Though I did, instead of doing releasing the montage, I did do a cinematic get ready with me progress. Yes, yes, yes. So that was the first step. Another thing was release my album. I did not do that. I didn't release my album. I have last year worked on my single. Yes, I thought I was gonna release my single last year too, but I was trying to do everything that I didn't. So I was working on my single. I am not finished yet. Hopefully, by the end of January, I will release my first single. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I'm not sure how long the whole instrumental and the mixing and mastering and putting it on all platforms will take, but that is my goal. Well, at least by the end of February, I will have at least one single out. So, yeah. Um, Another thing, I didn't publish my book. I worked on it. I did. I worked on a lot of art, a lot of poetry. I didn't write a lot of stories, though I feel like once I put the poetry and the art, I can write the stories and the thoughts on the commentary and all that stuff into the book. It wasn't my priority in 2025. It wasn't. Life be lifing, guys. There were so many things I was doing, so many things that it was put on the back burner. And then the YouTube and Twitch trailer. I wanted to, but for the YouTube one especially, I wanted to do my animation first and my short film, my montage, so I can get clips from those in order to put it into a trailer. Yeah. So, I didn't do it. And for the Twitch trailer, I didn't do it yet either. Yeah. But the main thing for 2025, I worked on self-care. I did. I acknowledge my progress, even though I didn't complete the major projects that I wanted to do. I acknowledge what I have done. I was tracking my days. Every day I would track what I did. I was like, wow, if I looked at the things I did and I made progress on everything, even though I didn't finish the major projects, it's still something. Progress is progress, y'all. For real. It is. I realized that I should make smaller goals that leads to the big goals. So I feel that sense of accomplishment. Create the milestones. Because looking back, release the short film. That is a big, big goal. Big, big project. And if I didn't do the release, the grand release, even if I compiled everything, put the music, the scripts, and the vocals and everything, the voiceover, or whatever it may be, right? If I did all the other components and didn't complete the official release, I may still feel unaccomplished. So I'm acknowledging and celebrating the wins. Yes. I also been doing more gratitude. More gratitude, y'all. Yeah, let's do that a bit now. What are some things I'm grateful for in that year? I'm grateful for my loved ones, the support I had from my best friends and from my loved ones, and the community that I built, and have buddies join along the way. It's been wonderful. It's been quite lovely. I appreciate them and you guys listening right now. Yes. If you guys was part of the community in 2025, I appreciate you guys. Yes. I am also grateful for the places I traveled to. It was nice, even though traveling was tedious at times. Traveling was fun. I'm grateful that I had the means to be able to travel. Yeah, and the people in my life to enjoy it with. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, buddy. Okay, one more gratitude. Um, I am also grateful for what's that? The bike. I got a bike last year. Um, so oh my gosh, I had biking goals. I biked 37 miles in a month total. It was lovely. So yeah, it's a bit cold right now. Sometimes below freezing. So I'm gonna wait before I ride a bike again. My my bike currently, the tire is popped, probably the inner tube. So I need to fix it. Yeah. But I am grateful for the bike. um Another thing for self-care that I did was saying no instead of yes to things in other years. Previously, I would say yes all the time. Whenever people wanted me to do things, I would say yes. And it was exhausting. Trying to overbook my schedule, putting other people before myself. It was exhausting because I'm happy to give. I'm happy to be there to support other people and make their dreams come true, right? Though I wasn't putting myself first. So last year I really did. I really did put myself first and I started saying no. So I say no. Yeah, no became one of my favorite words last year. Yeah, after I realized I could just say no. Do you want to go here? No. Do you want to do this? No. Yeah. No became one of my favorite words. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep. And I told people, I even gave other people permission to tell me no. Said, hey, um, blah blah blah. Can I have this? Can I do that? Can I do this? You can say no. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Goes both ways, folks. You can say no in your life too. And you can say yes to the things that you want to say yes to. This is your life. Live it. Hydration. I drank a lot of water last year. There was one day where I drank 200 15 ounces of water. That's about 1.6 liters of water or something like that. I forgot the calculations, but it's a lot of water. I wanted to meet my hydration goal. I'm trying to drink water throughout the day so I don't go into an extreme hydration the drinking hydration thing to make up for my goal. So I've been drinking water throughout the day and stuff, and I've been working out. Yes, yes, yes. I have been exercising. I exercised last year. I hiked. I biked. I did squats and what's that? What else I did? I did weights, lifting weights last year. Push ups, sit ups, lunges, jumping jacks. Um, yeah, stuff like that. Abadabadaba. Oh, I ate multiple meals last year. I was doing better. You know, I realized I had the hingy problem. So, in order to prevent hingy, I started eating more. Yep, instead of one meal a day, I ate like two. I ate like two meals. I try to eat three meals, but I wake up um late. So in regards to sleep, last year, since I work from home, I slept from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. In one of the episodes, I was wrong. I said I slept from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And I was like, no, no, no. I I didn't sleep for 12 hours. No. I slept for 8 hours every day. Yeah, from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then I wanted to fix it. So I tried to go to sleep at 2 a.m. and wake up at like 9 a.m. It worked for a couple of days, but yeah. Mm, yeah. I listen to music for self-care. Music, guys, since I'm creating my own music and everything, having music to relate to and vibe and dance is so lovely. Yes. And for self care, I also cleaned a lot. I hate cleaning. I do. With a passion. But when I'm using cleaning to make sure my personal space and my living environment clean, it feels good. Have it decluttered and organized and livable. I did that. I did that. Even though I do not like cleaning. Last but not least, for self care, I wrote poetry. I wrote poems to express my emotions, and it really helped. And then I performed them. Yep. I wrote less poetry last year than I did in previous years, though it still counts. I still did it. Yes. Poetry is an outlet to express your thoughts, your feelings, and your experiences. It's for you first and foremost before it's for anyone else. Because yeah, allow yourself to feel seen, heard, and understood by you first. Be able to connect with yourself. That self-awareness. No one has to read it if you don't want them to. So, yeah. Last year, the connections. Let's talk about the connections, y'all. Um, I got what's that? I made new friends. It was lovely. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, I made new friends, made new memories. Um, yeah, it's amazing. I became closer to my significant other and closer to my best friends. Woo! Yes. Those are lovely. Closer, made new friends and stuff. And then there's more peace with my family. Yup. Less drama. Every year feels like there's so much drama sometimes. You guys probably could relate. But last year has been more peaceful, and I appreciate it. So, da 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 da. We're going to what's my desired highlights? What's Katerra's highlights? Desired highlights for 2026? What are they? What could they be? So, 2025 was definitely a foundational year of creating the building blocks for my dreams. I made a lot of progress. Um, my I was doing pretty good mentally, emotionally, and physically. I was pretty fit. Oh, speaking of fitness, there was a time before I go to the 2026 things. There was a time when all right. I hope my the thing is my laptop died. It did. It it was struggling. I there So my the ring light. I had a ring lights to record things when I showing my in real life face. It fell off the table a long time ago, and it things must have went wonky, and it pulled out the charger of my laptop. So I thought this whole episode corrupted. I thought none of it was saved. Though I plugged in the charger fast enough, so woo! ah! I'm grateful. I'm grateful that um the data was saved. The laptop is on life support. Yeah, like I was saying before, if I get my train of thought, in regards to fitness, right? Um, what's that? In regards to fitness, I did dooba dooba. In regards to fitness, I did. I worked out a lot. I worked out so much that I gained a lot of muscle. In the beginning of the year, I was like 154 pounds. And then near the end of the year, I was about 163 pounds. I'm like, dang, I gained a lot of weight. About 10 pounds. 155, something like that, to 163, 164. I was like, dang. It gave me like flashbacks to what my family would say about my weight in Asian culture, at least in my family. Um, you're considered obese because I'm a woman. I'm considered obese if I'm bigger than a size 0. Yeah. So I was pretty self conscious for a moment, even though I know technically I am not obese, I'm just muscular. I work out. I work out a lot. So I was like, dang, that is that that number seems so big. But yeah, that happened. Anyways, ba da 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 da, ba da. I'm fit. Let's go to the highlights for 2026. Oh, before I one more time. I played tennis. I learned how to play tennis last year and pickleball. Woo! Yes. My first time actually learning. I was um before I was trying to learn tennis and I didn't. I hit the ball over the what's that? The fence somehow every time. So I didn't do that. I didn't do that last year. Woo! Okay. Now that we did the 2025 highlights, right? Right, folks? Right. um, I was trying to move my head. It's like, oh, oh, for the VTuber model. But anyways, for the 2026 highlights, right? This year I want to release multiple singles, release my album. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of songs this year. I am. Yep. Um, I'm also gonna be publishing my storytime art poetry book. Mm-hmm. And then also publish the audiobook version too, because I like hearing it. I like hearing the poetry and the stories and stuff. So, yeah. I will have podcast guests, like I mentioned before. Every month, I'm going to have at least one guest. And every month, I'm going to have at least one solo episode. I can have more than 2 episodes a month, though I am not going to pressure myself to do more than that. I have other goals to do. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be well, I guess that will be 24 episodes in a year if I keep track of that. That'll be better than last year actually. Last year in the last 2 weeks and about the last 2 weeks of December, I did 4 episodes. About 4 episodes or the last, I don't know, I did a lot of episodes in December in a short period of time. But this year, about 2 episodes a month. Expect that. I this year, 2026, I'm planning to become a Twitch partner. I'm gonna be streaming more. Yup. I'm actually gonna tell people that I'm a VTuber. So, yes. And join other communities and actually talk to people. So, I'll do that more. More traveling internationally. I traveled one time internationally last year to Canada, but this year I want to go to Japan again. For the food. And maybe go to Switzerland to hike the Swiss Alps, maybe, or go somewhere else altogether. I went to Europe, one of these years. Yeah, so this year I want to travel again to places internationally. Yes. Um, complete a triathlon. That triathlon includes swimming, includes running, and includes biking. Yes. I won't be doing it competitively, but I want to finish. I want to just finish. And if you guys want to join me, that would be lovely. Yup. Yeah. Well, I don't know. But if you guys know me in real life, more so. That would be lovely. Anyone would be listening to this podcast episode. Still appreciate y'all buddies. That yeah. Speaking engagements. I'm gonna put myself out there for my speaking. I did speaking engagements before. Plenty of speaking engagements though. I'm gonna put myself out there again. I took a bit of a hiatus for speaking engagements. So 2026, I'm planning to do more speaking engagements. More paid speaking engagements. Because, yeah. Yes. Getting paid is amazing. Yeah. For the premieres, I'm planning to premiere my short film montage. And hopefully multiple short films. We'll see. Premiere my storytime animations. I'm planning to do at least one storytime animation a month. Yes. The mentality is, just do it. Release it even if it's not quote unquote perfect. Because I sometimes get in my own head trying to fix all the details and making sure it's nice and amazing and everything. Though sometimes you guys won't even notice the tiny details that I'm meticulously going over. So, yeah, I'm gonna put at least one, well, probably just one, not at least, probably just one storytime animation a month. Monthly. Gonna be pretty cool. And throughout the year, hopefully we see progress in my style and my the actual animation part of it. I had to start somewhere. And then complete the pre-production of the feature-length animation. Yes. I have been working on the development stage for a long time because of fear. It is ready, almost ready actually, to transition into pre-production. So this year in 2026, I want to complete pre-production, and in 2027, it should be in production. Yes. Hopefully in production this year, but at minimum, the pre-productions should be finished. That includes funding, that includes hiring, and everything, and all that jazz. There's a big process to everything. So how am I gonna do all these highlights, desired highlights for 2026? In my other episode, planning out 2026, let's plan 2026 together. Another year, right? I broke things down. Yes. A little at a time goes a long way. Yeah, I used to say that. A little at a time goes a long way. And one thing at a time builds momentum. It's about the same, but yeah, try not to overwhelm myself by doing bit by bit. So, what are your highlights for 2025? And what are your desired highlights for 2026? Sometimes when we know where we want to go, we can reverse engineer it to find out how to get there. The milestones, the goals, the tiny bits. Yes. It's good to know. It's good to reflect on. I'm so excited. I'm gonna be putting myself out there on social media again. Again. Before I used to do it all the time. I didn't care what anyone thought because I was burnt out and I was numb to my feelings. So I showed up even when my hair was a mess. Yeah. I'm gonna put myself out there more. Yep. In that regards to all the things that I want to do. So, I'm excited. So, it has not been quite an hour yet, but I talked about all these things. What is my mantra for 2026 real quick? My mantra might be the same. Might be the same for 2025. One thing at a time builds momentum. Progress is progress. This year I really want to complete things, honestly. But I don't want to overwhelm myself at the same time because that was one of the obstacles of the last year. Yeah, learn from our mistakes, folks. Learn from other people's mistakes. Yeah, you can learn from other people's mistakes too. Yes. This month in January, my main focus is on my single and my storytime animation. I've been working on it. So there's progress in that. One thing at a time, folks. I didn't tell you guys to remind me. Because looking at the long list of things, how's that possible? So, yeah, 2025 was a great year. And I want 2026 to be my best year yet. And I hope your 2026 will be your best year yet. Yep. And it will go up from here. Yeah, I am proud. I'm proud of my progress. I really am. I was able to, especially with this reflection episode, I was able to, for the past 2 years, it was less than 15 minutes long, I'm pretty sure, for both of the episodes. It was less than 15 minutes long for 2024? And no, for 2023 and 2024. The reflection episodes was less than 15 minutes or something like that. And this episode, it's about an hour long. Progress. Yeah, I expanded so much more on what I did in a year than I did before. Pretty good. Yeah. And I'm not embarrassed or self-conscious about my laugh anymore. in the beginning of last year, I used to edit out my laughs. I I did it a lot. But now, by the end of 2025 and the beginning of 2026, if I laugh, I laugh. Laughter is amazing. You laugh, I laugh, we all laugh. Yeah, and there's different types of laughs, chuckles and giggles and laugh out loud and all that jazz. So, yeah, it's okay to laugh. I encourage you to laugh. Laughing is contagious. I'm stalling. I'm stalling now. Okay. That's did I stall long enough? Because I don't know how long my laptop was disconnected, so I'm not sure how much I had to edit out, or if I had to edit out anything. Because I don't like the editing process to record and the editing, so I try to do everything in one go. At least for this, that is. Because if I decide to actually show you guys some highlights, some picture highlights, then that's editing too. Oh, if I didn't show any picture highlights, look! Ta-da! And highlight. Da-da-da-da-da-da! A highlight. Ba-da-da-da! A highlight. If you blinked, you missed it. Yeah. And oh, I did record, I did do the storyboarding in 2025 of two animations, a ghost animation, which I finally released in 2026, and a story time intro animation, which I storyboarded a bit last year, but I'm going to be releasing it in January of 2026. So, yeah, progress is progress. I think that's about it. For you audio listeners, I don't even know what highlights I just showcased just now. So, yeah, I can't even describe to you guys, to you buddies, what it could possibly be. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I think that's about it. I think that's about it. I gave myself at least 3 minutes over an hour. I'm not sure if I started right away, because there was another. I'm stalling at this point, so if you guys want to listen to another episode, you guys can. But anyways, um, and before I recorded this podcast episode, right? I was in my own head for like 5 minutes, because I was like, oh no, I just woke up. I need to record. And then I was like, oh no, my voice is all crackly and stuff. I need to do vocal warm-ups. Oh no, I need to eat some candy. Oh no, I need to drink some water. I was in my own head. And I was like, I need to record for an hour. I need to make sure it's quiet. Ah. So I had to stop that recording to start a new one, and I'm not sure how long I stalled for this one. I was like, okay, I did that for 5 minutes. Now I need to make sure I do the calculations to make sure I do over 5 minutes for the hour, and then that was the thought process in my head. So now I'm making sure that I'm stalling enough just in case. Just in case. Now that the episode is practically over, I'm making sure I meet the 1 hour minimum. The arbitrary 1 hour mark. So you guys are hearing the thoughts that goes through my head right now. And yeah, I heard that that's kind of cool for some of you buddies. You guys are hearing my inner thoughts, the meta thoughts. It's like, my thoughts about my thoughts. My thoughts about my thoughts, because the episodes has the things too. At least my episodes are more organized, except for whenever I do this. Whenever I just like stall stuff. Okay, I think that's about enough time. Alrighty, let's go. Ah, Let me do. You guys want to hear even something even more random? Okay, I've been singing more for because I do this on Twitch, when I'm streaming. But for you audio listeners for the podcast episode, I rarely ever sing. I rarely ever sing. So I'm gonna sing a little something before I close out this episode. Yeah, I. Yeah, I'm also a bit hungry, so I get a little loopy sometimes. There's phases to hinky. I get super energized and a little bit loopy. And then sometimes I get sad before I get hinky. Or there's also a complaining stage saying I'm hungry. So I'm at the loopy stage right now. And that sometimes happens when I'm tired too. But I got plenty of rest today. Alright, let's sing a little. This randomness. Welcome. Welcome to how I am outside of the podcast too. Because this is gonna be archived forever. It's gonna be out there, and you guys are getting different aspects. Because sometimes for the podcast, I have that calm voice and just what's that? The voice that can put you to sleep. But sometimes I'm like pretty chaotic. Okay, I'm gonna sing a little something before I close out this episode. Just put the laugh track in there. Just put more laughing tracks. I'm spamming the laughing tracks, like how like Inside Out or SpongeBob. There's a button inside. It's like play the laughing tracks. That's me. Okay, what should I sing about? What should I sing about? Okay. Maybe a little something about 2025 reflections since this is this episode. Okay. 2025. We did another year. One thing at a time. Build momentum. One thing at a time. We making that wasn't the best. I'm sorry. I was about to say making progress. I guess it could have worked, but let's try a little one more time. Maybe a different vibe. Let's see. 2025, it's over, and we're doing another journey. I don't like that one either. Let's try again. One more time, guys. One more. One thing at a time, It's now 2026, and we just did 2025 reflection. We did this episode. Well, more so me, but anyways, whatever. I did a little bit of singing, okay? I think I'm thinking too much about what I'm about to say. It's like, wow, that doesn't make sense at all. What? I did this episode. You're listening to this episode. It's like, what? Anyways. Okay. I stalled long enough. Is it past the hour mark yet? Now I'm making us both of us. Well, yeah. There's two parties. Y'all buddies, y'all listeners, and me. So both of us aware of the time thing, and but it's okay. Because for those who's listening to the premiere, you guys probably won't know what the time mark is, but those who's listening into it on the YouTube and the other podcast platforms, you guys can just look at it. You guys can just look at the number, right? Anyways, thank you guys for listening to going back to the normal spiel. Thank you guys for listening to Heartfelt Expressions with Katerra Speaks. It's been an amazing experience to be here with you guys. It's been another year. Another year has passed. 2025 is in this episode. But and people say in the books. Do you guys even read? Do you guys even read? I read sometimes, but I like listening better. That's why I do these audio podcast episodes because I like listening more than actually reading words on a page. But anyways, hopefully your 2025 has been amazing. If it hasn't, hopefully 2026 will be better. Yeah, yeah. Um yeah, we have ups and downs throughout the years, and it's good to reflect and cherish the good times, the highlights, acknowledge the obstacles, so maybe we can learn. We can learn and make the next year and whatever year you're listening to this better. Yes, you live and you learn. Um, yeah, it's good to cherish the good times and remember that one thing at a time builds momentum. Progress is progress. Yes, yes, yes. So, if you like this episode, I have other podcast episodes that you can listen to as well, whether the video editions or the audio editions. You can listen to them on YouTube or other major podcast platforms. Yup, it's available. Um, yeah, it's very conversational. And in future episodes, I'm gonna have more guest speakers. So yeah, you guys could listen to that as well. Or join as a guest yourself. I welcome the buddies. Yup. When we speak from our hearts, we speak to the hearts of others. So I want it to be very conversational. Mm-hmm. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready? Oh, make sure you like, share, follow, subscribe, whatever it is that it says. Click the bell. Whether you're in the whatever platform you're listening to this. It's something similar, you know. You follow, you subscribe, or leave a review about the episode or the podcast or whatever it may be. I welcome it. You can give me feedback. Yes. Um, all right. And then after this, we only have 20 seconds or less for the last slide. So, 3, 2, 1. All right. So, you guys can check out the other podcast episodes here on YouTube. If you're listening to this on YouTube, there's the playlist of the video editions. You guys can listen to the audio editions elsewhere. But I hope you guys have an amazing 2026 and beyond. And your 2025 has been amazing as well. Until next time, I'll see y'all soon.